All right. Peace, family. We are now live. Y'all in for a health treat tonight. If any of y'all need help, today's the day. Call your friends and family. Tell them, listen, today's the day. Tonight's the night. Got a brother on here who's sharp as a razor when it comes to this health thing. And we're doing a live Q&A with the people tonight. And we're going to have a good time tonight. Before I bring this gentleman on, I want y'all to get comfortable. Hit that like button. I'm gonna get to some ads. I got my honey on deck, so I'm gonna be drinking honey behind the scenes. I had it out in the sun today. Family. So it's extra potent right now. But we're gonna get to a quick commercial break, and we're gonna be right back, fam. I'm gonna put the link for the Q&A in the chat right now. But get comfortable, fam. We're gonna have a good time tonight. All right, be right back.
Oh yeah.
It's the numerational session with King Simon. Text your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. And get my books on Amazon now.
Hey there! Had a bad dream? I have dreams too. Some parts are scary and some parts are fun. Always remind yourself, it's only a dream and everything will be okay. I had a dream about being in a forest too. Check it out, my pet Petey was with me. Order your copy of Kayla Petey and the Forest on Amazon today.
All right, family. Let me just get this link pinned at the top of the chat. And while I do that, I want to take this time to welcome back to the platform. Y'all know this brother. This brother's the legend with this health thing. My brother, KT the Arch Degree.
Peace.
Welcome back to the platform, my brother.
Peace, brother Rich. Peace, family. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Hey, man, that shirt I like.
Huh?
That shirt, KT. I like that shirt.
Oh yeah,
man.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, I had to come floral, come with the nature. Yeah, if I couldn't get the herbs across, I figured come on the shirt.
Oh man, I'm feeling that nature right there. That's what's up. Listen, family. Yeah, so like I said, we're gonna deal with electrical. We're gonna talk about electrical foods, acidic foods, alkaline, high voltage. You know, I'm getting ready to order this book, KT. I'm sure you seen it before. You might have talked about it. Healing is voltage. Did I mention that to you?
You
ever heard of that?
No, but it
is. Yeah, it's called Healing is Voltage. And I seen somebody recommend it. I heard about it for a little while now, and I've been delaying. So I said, let me grab this and see what's up. He was talking about this idea of certain things being electron donors and certain things stealing electrons. And he gave this example. He said when you're in the car and the wind is hitting you, you get tired because the wind is stealing your electrons. What can you explain that a little bit?
Yeah.
Does that wind feel good like a month, but you be like, you get tired? What's that about?
Oh yeah. It feels good in the moment, but it's like it's similar to how you got to think about the dissipation of heat. You know what I mean? Water is one of the greatest dissipators. If you have something that's extremely hot, water is able to dissipate that heat, but in the dissipation of heat, you're going to turn that water from it being hot to something cooler. So when you putting your head out in that wind, yeah, you feeling that good feeling at the time, but it's constantly pulling, it's dissipating you. So once you're done, you're exhausted and you able to go straight to bed. It's almost like you were involved in air conditioning. Yeah. But it's funny that you bringing up the voltage thing, because essentially what health is just that. It's about being electrical, as Dr. Sebi spoke of all the time. And what we're dealing with is the science of semiconductors. You know, when you look at your phone, all the technology we use is all based on semiconductors. And what semiconductors are materials essentially that have a surplus of electrons that are able to cause a current to flow in a particular direction. So you were just talking about electron donor and electron acceptor. That's what happens in a semiconductor. You know, when you have what you would call an N-type semiconductor, right? What you would have is something like silicon, and then the silicon would be doped by another element. In an N-type semiconductor, usually is going to get doped by phosphorus. So silicon only has 4 electrons in its valence. That's its outer orbital of the electron. but phosphorus has 5, meaning that the difference between the 4 and the 5 is 1. So there's an extra electron. So that electron now is free to move in the material. So when you have a substance that has all this silicon, but is doped all over with phosphorus, you have all of these extra electrons that are able to flow. When you look inside of our body, that's exactly how our system is made up, with all of the hemes, which is in our hemoglobin, chlorophyll in plants, our melanin. These are all semiconductors. And essentially we utilize the light of the sun in order to create that excitation that causes electrons to come in surplus and to move as current in our body.
Wow. Damn, KT, you broke that shit down, bro. You gonna help me understand that book?
You're the one that brought up voltage, bro. You can't be opening up these doors.
Wow, bro. You know what I used to do when I was younger, real quick before we get started, and that people people used to get mad at me. Like my uncle would be like, "Man, turn off that AC." I used to like when we was driving the car, I want the AC on, but I want the window open at the same time, because I feel like with just the AC, it's not, it don't feel as good as the air, but the air is not as cool as the AC. So I wanted a combination of both. You know what I'm saying? If people get on me all the time, like, bro, do one or the other. And I'm like, nah, I feel good like this. I don't know why. I just always like both of them open. Yeah.
Is it me, or ask the audience, is it me seeing you get stuck? But I think your signal might be getting fidgety. I don't know if it's just from my perspective. Ask them real quick.
Oh, am I freezing, y'all?
You good right now?
Okay, I'm good right now.
Well, yes. Ask them if you were freezing. They'll let you know. I don't know if it's just from my
freezing,
perspective.
or was that something on KT's end? Trying to figure out, get this technology. Oh, they said not. They said
Mercury's.
They said he's good. Right. Oh, he was freezing for a minute. Yeah, they said he was freezing for a minute.
Okay. It wasn't just me.
Yeah.
Mercury's retro right now. You know how I go.
Yeah. But let's just get started. Can you hear me now, KT? Okay,
oh yeah, no, you good. Yeah.
Okay, let's get started. Like I said, we're doing a live Q&A with the brother KT. We dealing with health today. Very important. I'm sure a lot of y'all have personal health questions and personal things y'all need help with health-wise. The brother has amazing products on his website, and he's here tonight to help y'all with your questions. So let's be fair to everybody in the chat. Let's give everybody a chance. Call in. The calling number, I posted the link. Let me post it one more time. And I pinned it at the top. Yeah, that's the brothers KT's amazing honey. So yeah, click that link, family, and you'll be able to ask my brother KT a question. Let's get to the first person in the chat. I got pardon the noise of the company in here tonight, so it might be a little noisy. But let's get to the first question. Trey So.
Fuck.
Trey So, you good or you not ready, Trey? You want me to give you a minute?
Yeah, please give me just a minute, bro.
I got you.
All right.
Let's get to my brother. Hey, Ru, what's up, man?
What's up, man? Thank you for having me back on the show.
Hey,
yes,
hey, Ru Dre, what's going on?
KT, how you doing today?
I'm doing well. You?
I'm doing excellent. So my question is, this got something to do with fasting. Yeah. What is the best type of fast to do? Like between like intermediate fasting, month fasting, day fasting, week fasting, year fasting? Like, what is the most effective fasting for the human body?
Well, everything is relative. So it all is going to depend on what somebody is going through. If somebody's already dealing with, a decent health regimen already, then, they don't have to go too hard in the paint. But if somebody's dealing with something that might be a little bit more detrimental, then they might want to put a lot more work in. So we got Yoshinori Osumi, who's the guy who got the Nobel Peace Prize for fasting, when, we all know Sadie been telling us to fast forever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But what he was pretty much getting acknowledged for was a process called autophagy. All right, and autophagy is the breakdown of two words: auto meaning self, and then phagy meaning to eat. So it's like when you're not consuming a bunch of food, then what you're able to do now is the body is able to turn in on itself and start dumping all of the trash and the garbage that it wasn't able to pay attention before. We have to understand too that in the development of our body, even on a cellular level, we got an organelle called the endosome that comes to a fork in the road, and it can either go to the left and become a lysosome, or it could go to the right and it become a melanosome. And that's a very, very dynamic and important split that could take place, because it going to become a lysosome means that, oh man, we eating food, there's going to be waste, we need to digest, we're going to consume. But when it goes the melanosome route, it's saying, oh, we're going to transmit light. So what type of goal do you have in life? Are you one that wants to be someone that wants to over consume and be gluttonous, or do you want to be a body of light? It all depends on the person.
Okay.
I'll give you one more. Any more? Hey, Ru, any more questions? I'll give you one more, my brother.
Yeah. So when you said, so what is and I think I asked this question before, but what is like a good diet to have to where you eat clean but you still gain weight without
he's into the weightlifting. So yeah, okay, good question.
Well, yeah, you just have to make sure. Listen, and you're gonna find this as a constant all night long tonight. So you have to understand that you need light. Light is the most important thing. Working out in the gym underneath all of those false lights, you know what I mean, is much more detrimental to your body than anything you can imagine, because you're opening yourself up to damage in a system like that. But see, when you work out outside, you see what I'm saying? I'll give you an example. You go to a Shaolin temple, you know, them dudes ain't 200 pounds.
They're not, no.
You know what I'm saying? But
Good
take
point.
anybody out of one of these gyms and
Wow.
put them up against one of these Shaolin cats and watch their hands get broke. Watch them get tired. Watch them not be able to run up and down that hill 500 times with that bucket of water like one of them monks do.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So you have to get involved in the elements. You want to see. So what is your goal? Your goal, see, hypertrophy is usually what everybody's going after. Oh, I want to be big. What do you want to be big for? You want to be big aesthetically, or do you want to be stronger? Okay, there's this Russian cat. His name is Anatoly. Have you heard of him? You need to check him out on YouTube. He's been doing these videos where he dresses up like a cleaner, and he goes in these gyms.
Oh yeah, I saw the video on Instagram.
He picks it up with one.
Mad easy.
You know,
his goal is to exercise for strength, not for hypertrophy. You see what I'm saying? So if you truly want to work out for gains, your gains should be intrinsic gains of strength. Rather than it be, oh man, look how I look in this shirt and in this mirror. Because that ain't gonna do nothing.
I mean, it made me feel good.
No, I'll tell you what's gonna make you feel good. What's gonna make you feel good is when you do tiger style and you hit that tree and that tree crack. That's gonna make you feel way better than how you look in a shirt.
It probably made me feel like a killer too.
I ain't a killer, but don't push me.
hey, Ru, I appreciate the call, my brother.
I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
No doubt.
Peace. Yeah, shout out to that brother. That brother's a regular on the show at this point. Shout out to the brother. Hey, Ru,
just to elaborate, so I don't evade. If he's still trying to gain weight, you know, coconut milk, saturated fat. You know, I carry Bontana oil, which one of the best saturated fats that you could take inside your body to build testosterone and other hormones like that. Tongat Ali helps, you know, with the energy.
You cook with the Bontana?
Yeah, you could cook with the Bontana. You could put it in a smoothie and you could cook with it, and it's amazing.
Oh, man, okay. I think
you can ingest that stuff. Hemp protein, My Kuna is a vegan, plant-based 20-gram protein with all essential amino acids that come out of Peru and the Andes Mountains. You know, so these are all foods and stuff you can incorporate in your diet, you know, if you want to go into that hypertrophy. And you know, you got to figure out what body type you are, endomorph, ectomorph, mesomorph, you know, all of those play a role in regards to what type of training you need to do.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I told y'all, man. Yeah, this is gonna be an amazing health show tonight, y'all. I hope you're ready. Kismet. What's happening? Kismet is on the bus. Oh, she really wants to.
Oh, this is some real New York right here, boy.
She want. Oh man, where you at? What town you in?
I'm in Queens, Long Island City.
Okay, okay. All right.
Yeah, headed to work.
That's what's up.
But within the last 2-3 years, I've been going through this health problem. They thought it was asthma, and I've always been very active. So back in November, I flatlined once. And then in January, I flatlined again right after that. And I was in a coma for 16 hours. They found out that I had something called sarcoidosis. And that's the enlargement of your lymph nodes, if you don't know. But where mine's happen is around my lung area.
Okay.
So I've been trying to get disability. I actually work for MTA, and I work in the tunnels. And I've been trying to get them to get me out of there, but they've been giving me a hard time. So I've just been wondering, is there any advice you can give me besides leaving my job that can help?
Where's your family from? Where's your mama and your grandmama from?
Here. They're from here.
They're from New York? How about great grandmama?
Well, my grandmother's from Mississippi. My great grandmother's from Mississippi. Yeah.
There we go. Mound builders. Okay.
Yeah.
So you know you're in the wrong latitude right now. We're melanated people of the sun. You work for MTA. You in the tunnels all day.
Yeah.
So what ends up happening with us as Black people is our melanin can get sucked from the outside to go inside to do extra work when we getting stressed out. But then that melanin that gets sucked on the inside to do that extra work can get neutralized and paled out and destroyed, where we're losing large quantities of melanin, which is responsible for giving us our current, our electricity, our energy, and things of that nature. You need sun in your life. You have to do it. New York, people that live in New York, I mean, Rich will tell you, Rich made the journey. You know what I'm saying? He grounding and getting all the sun he can right now. You know what I'm saying? You have to either hit the Metro North and go up to the country, or just take a trip to Florida, take a trip to the Virgin Islands. You don't need no passport for that. You have to get out of New York on a consistent basis so you can recharge those carbon centers inside of your body, because they're becoming depleted. You need vitamin D. Okay, you need vitamin D. Now these are the tablets that I carry, but this don't got nothing on the natural vitamin D you get from the sun. Your skin has fat at the underneath the skin. This is where your cholesterol sits. When the UVB light of the late spring and summer comes, it turns that cholesterol into sulfated vitamin D. This is what ends up healing the body and keeping the body resilient. You know, you need that vitamin D in you. When you're not in the proper climate and not in the proper environment, you lack the conversion of cholesterol into vitamin D. This is why our cholesterol is high. We have high cholesterol because it's not getting converted into vitamin D in our body by the sun. We claim to be sun people, but we the last people in it.
KT, why does she get that particular problem, the sarcoidosis? Why do you think it hit her lungs for?
Because she's down in the tunnels. She's not getting any. She's not breathing. She's suffocating. She's suffering from hypoxia. This is Palo Guaco. Rich know about that guaco. Palo Guaco's for the lungs.
Yeah.
Okay, this is one of the main things that I was using over the past 3 years for the whatchamacallit,
Yeah.
you know, and was helping people get their lungs and their respiratory back in order. But you need fresh air. You need to
Yeah.
breathe. The
Yeah.
60 the 60 gigahertz of the 5G, it is able to neutralize oxygen because oxygen is also in that same 60 framework. They resonate the same. So when 5G hits, it actually interferes with the bonding of the oxygen that we breathe, bonding to the iron in our blood. It stops it from happening. It's like an interception in football. It's like setting a pick in basketball, is getting in the way and preventing the play from being executed. So you have to remove yourself from this electro pollution and get somewhere natural so your body's intelligence can take over.
Okay.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
was deep.
yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
I appreciate the call, sis. And
Alright.
back in real quick before you go, sis. In about 2018, I had a problem where my lower back started hurting, and like bad, like real bad. And I went to the doctor and see what was going on, and they told me that I was vitamin D deficient. And they said that my cholesterol was high and that I was vitamin D deficient. And I started to, I was asking KT, like, yo, what does my vitamin D got to do with my back? He was breaking it all down. He was just telling me how important the sun was. And I'm from New York, so and I'm a content creator, so I'm up all night, and I used to sleep a lot during the day, so I missed a lot of the sunlight. Man, I had to go get mad sun, and I feel much better. The sun has changed so much. The sun
Okay.
has
Yeah.
changed so much. The sun.
And get some of these right here. Get some of these. Do these, like my man Brawley Gaines. Do these. These are blue blocker glasses. You could get mine on my site, or you could just find some online. These help to block the blue light coming from all the night lights, from the phone, from the tablets, from the computer. When you put them on, it filters the 450 nanometers that destroys the melanopsin and your metabolism, leading to the respiratory issues that you're speaking of right now.
Okay. All right. Definitely will take all that advice.
Yeah. I appreciate the call, sis.
Thank you.
All right, peace. Yeah, definitely, man. I'm glad that family. See, this is very much needed.
Oh, yeah.
It's Thursday night. It's hard to family. We went through a whole pandemic where the people that a lot of the people look up to, the celebrities, these people on TV, didn't say one word health related. They didn't tell you to do one thing related. Matter of fact, you know who did? Fox News said some shit. A couple of the Republicans said some shit because they so mad at the liberals. They was like, "Fuck it, we gonna tell these niggas to eat healthy and fast." And shit
right.
You know what I'm saying? Well, yo,
they started coming out with the studies on the sun, though. The vitamin D information started dropping. The sun energy started dropping. So they started saying things, but people sometimes, like, the simplest things are too simple for people. They like, no, I'm used to deep metaphysical complex stuff. I need a whole engineering diagram, yo. It can't be.
You told me that years ago. You told me that years ago. You told me that years ago, brother. And you was 100% right with that. 100%. Let's get to the next call. I think Trey Soul ready now. Trey Soul, what's up, brother?
Peace.
All right.
So my question is, so I was adopted when I was 2, so I don't know much of my genetic background at all, and I've struggled with hair growth and eyesight. So do you have any suggestions or advice for someone who doesn't know like any of their genetic background, whether that be medicinally, any breathing techniques or anything like that, like just to heal their DNA?
Well, I could tell you this. I know a lot of people probably disagree with me on this, but you know, they do have 23andMe that exists where you could take the test and find out what your mitochondrial heredity is. They could tell you what your haplotype is. And if you find out your haplotype, you find out what type of mitochondria you got. Mitochondria is the single most important thing that you need to understand for your health. We talk a lot about the human genome, which is our DNA. Okay, this right here, right? This is what we always talk about. But this just codes for 20 proteins and a few other things. It's our mitochondria that governs our metabolism, that governs our health, that governs our energy. Okay, that's what we need to have a better understanding of. And when you know what your haplotype is, just like you got genotype, right, which is your genetic stock, your phenotype, which is your genetic stock in relation to your environment and your anatomy, right? And then we have your haplotype that deals with what type of mitochondria do you have? Do you have a loosely coupled or you have a tightly coupled? Caucasians have a loosely coupled haplotype, meaning they're from cold, temperate regions. We, as Black people, have a tightly coupled haplotype. We're coming from equatorial regions, meaning that we need a lot of sun in our life. So without knowing your genetic background, I can look at you right now and let you know you got all that melanin on your skin. You a brother, your hair is black. You got a lot of melanin. You have to work on strengthening that melanin. And how you're going to do that is you're going to get up before sunrise and catch the sunrise from this day forth. That will give you way more power behind your eyes. This is a product that I carry. There's a lot of people that's probably in the chat right now that has gotten this honey, and they could tell you, they could profess to you how it's helped their eyes. This is stingless bee honey out of Honduras that Dr. Sebi spoke on, and you can drop this in your eyeballs.
Straight in the eyeball?
Straight in the eyeballs. People got rid of their glasses and all types of other ocular diseases just by dropping that in their eye over time, once, maybe twice a day, you know, over a couple weeks. But the most important thing you could do for yourself right now is to ground and catch the sun rise. That's what you need to do. In terms of hair growth, I don't have the Bantana oil with me, but I carry something called Bantana oil, and Bantana oil stimulates hair growth. All right. It helps with bald spots and gives thicker texture to the hair. People ask me what I use for my afro. It's a combination of drinking sea moss and using Bantana oil. But the reason why people have issues growing their hair is because at the root of our follicles is melanin being produced. And when it's not growing anymore, that means your body has pulled melanin inside the body because there's so many problems going in here that it had to retreat inwards to focus on that work. Like if you got people working in the city and a gas main explodes, they tell everybody, "Oh, stop what you're doing. Everybody report to this location because this is a more important problem." But now this other project they was working on got to wait. In your case, it's your hair follicles. So you got to increase your charge through your sun, through your environment, get your semiconductors that are on the surface of your skin and your body working again. Write down circadian rhythm. Get your circadian rhythm back in check. All of these aspects will work together to end up moving you towards increasing your charge, and the intelligence will start fixing whatever is out, you know? There we go. Dexter Young said what his eyes are doing wonderful.
Right? Hey, Trey, I appreciate the call, my brother.
All right, peace. Appreciate it.
All right, peace. Yo, KT, you know all this time, you're going to be mad at me, my brother. All this
ain't
time.
Dropped it yet, huh?
Addicted to drinking it. I haven't put it in my eyes. So, I'm like, nah, I ain't. I gotta drink it. I can't do that.
You gotta drop it, man. And I gave you a dropper too, right?
And you gave me a dropper, yeah. I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I got the drop. I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I can't believe that. You was just talking. I'm like, yo, I can't believe I still ain't do that. Wow. That's how good it is. Nah, that's how good it is. I love that, man. I love that. I tell you, my favorite foods in the world, KT, in the world, watermelon is probably my favorite. Favorite food in the watermelon, soursop, and this honey. It came in.
I love that three. I'm part of that three. I'm part of that three right there. What?
Soursop and this honey.
Yo,
right?
You could live off them three.
My three favorite foods in the world. Yo. Oh man, I love watermelon and soursop. That's my shit.
That's fruit nectar.
All right, let's get to the next call. We got Denise here. Denise, what's going on, Denise?
Hey, Denise, how are you?
How you doing?
Good. I've been listening to you guys forever.
Oh,
Oh,
great.
thank
Thank
you.
you.
Right after Dick Gregory and
Oh,
Dr. Sebi. My question is about it's about anemia.
Okay.
yes.
In March, I started getting really weak for the last year.
Mm-hmm.
I could take a shower and I feel a little dizzy, I come out. And as long as I sit down, I recuperate, right?
Right.
But it got so bad that I went to the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing, because of my blood pressure, they say is elevated, they gave me EKG. And it's the
Mm-hmm.
second time they said, "Oh, you have an AV block. You probably need a pacemaker."
Mm.
And that happened 3 years ago. But they find that the AV block is something that I've had all my life, and I work with it. I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
But when I got home, they called me and said, "You need to get into the emergency room as soon as possible."
Okay.
My red blood cells was like two points below, away from being critical. Let me check that. They were away from being critical, and they admitted me for 4 days. They gave me 2 units of blood, and for the next 4 days, they gave me iron.
Mm-hmm.
So after that first day, I was all right. The shortness of breath disappeared and everything. So could that be? I've been working from home for the last 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't go out as much as I used to, except on the weekends.
Mm-hmm.
Can anemia, and they did every study. I'm not bleeding. I'm not losing blood from anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
They did a complete upper and lower GI, and they even put that little camera pill inside of me before, and that I wasn't happy cool with that, but no bleeding anywhere. So sorry, the call came in. I stopped it. So
Okay.
what could that be from? Where's my loss of blood or red blood cells coming from?
Well, yeah, you're not going outside. You're working from home. You're in front of a computer. I'm not sure what hour do you usually go to sleep? When do you get up?
Well, I get up about 6 o'clock.
Oh, that's
A
good.
lot of
Okay,
times I may not go to sleep until 3 o'clock in the morning
here
because
we
I'm
go.
listening to.
Right. So you got to understand that. So melatonin is a you've heard of melatonin before, right?
Oh yes, uh-huh.
Okay, so melatonin is created during the day, but it unloads in the evening in terms of the electrons and its energy. It pretty much sequesters the light and the full spectrum light that we would get during the day, and the electrons that they get from that light, they unload it at night. We're supposed to go to bed, for optimum health somewhere between 10 and 11, you know what I mean? And because by 12 o'clock, that's when it starts unloading. It's around 2 o'clock where our sexual hormones get regenerated, and we have this whole cycle where cortisol ends up increasing to when we wake up, somewhere between 4 and 6 a.m. So we have this whole little rhythm that takes place with all of these chemicals that occur when we're sleeping, you see. But if we're up and we're looking at a screen whose color temperature is equivalent to the color temperature of the sun during the day, then you're sending signals to the inside of your body that has no windows. When it gets that telegram, the telegram says, "Oh, it's 3 p.m. Make this, make that, and make the third." They pump the brakes on all of those night hormones because the signal says it's daytime based on that screen, based on that light, based on the fact that you're up. So you have to get your circadian rhythm back in check. You got to get to sleep between 10 and 11, go to bed, getting up 6 somewhere right before the sun's coming up is a good time. Get that going regularly. That's going to put your body in a very good metabolic state. Then you have to get outside, you see, because remember, you have to breathe. The oxygen that exists inside your apartment is not the same oxygen that you're going to find walking through a park. Those are two different states of oxygen right there. And that oxygen is to bind to that hemoglobin. But if there's no oxygen to bind to the hemoglobin, then you just have hemoglobin with no oxygen bound to it. Thus, you have anemia. You know, so anemia could be low iron, and it also could be hypoxia based on you not getting enough oxygen. So I have, this is one of the herbs I carry called cucumeca.
Oh, okay.
Electric heme. Okay, this increases hemoglobin. This increases iron in the blood, and it creates a better affinity for the absorbing of oxygen into the bloodstream as well. So that's something that I carry. But you need to get outside more, in the park more, grounding more. Okay, and then getting your sleep wake cycle back in check.
Yeah, I was never, I even as a little kid, as a baby, I was up at night and I would go to sleep for like 2 or 3 hours before I had to wake up. I'm from St. Albans originally, and I've been here in Boston for a long time. I had the Palo Guaco. I was using that when I was still in the office before 2019.
Okay.
And the Bantana, I've used it for my hair.
Okay.
And the vitamin D, I had to cut down to 1 vitamin D a day because my vitamin D was very high.
Oh,
So,
now that's great. That's great. So, you know, so the next step is, like I said, getting outdoors. You got to
yeah,
get outside. And you know, I know it's like we're so bogged down at all the work that we have to do, and sometimes we're not motivated, but we're not motivated for a reason. The screen destroys our dopamine, and because the screens and that light that come from it destroy our dopamine, it puts us in a state where we're not motivated to get any sun. We're motivated to get more of the blue light. We're like, we need more. I need to swipe more. I need to scroll more. I need to look up more. I need more beams. Hit me. You need to have that same energy for the Son of God.
Yeah, well, I have to put more protection around myself because my thing about outside, the bullets fly around here a lot.
Well, yeah,
I'm gonna have to get to the next caller though, so I appreciate your call.
Okay.
Oh man.
All
right. Thank you. Yeah, wow. You keep saying this, getting outside. This seems to be a theme.
It's what matters. It's like, you know, you don't want to put the cart before the horse. And when you talk about food for medicine, when you talk about herbs for medicine, you're putting the cart before the horse. None of it matters if your circadian rhythm is shot. None of it matters if you're not getting sunlight. We have solar panels on our body. You see what I'm saying? And y'all, and this is what you need to understand, Black people. Black people that do not use their melanin and get it in the sun end up disabling the properties of their melanin in relation to the sun to such a degree that you're worse off than a Caucasian that does not have it.
It's crazy. Wow.
Okay. And not to say Caucasians don't have melanin, but because they do. But when you misuse, don't use your melanin, it's worse. You're in a worse situation. You have to use it. Because now you like carrying around all this excess baggage, but usually that baggage walks on its own.
Let's get to this next call, man. This is some good stuff. KT, we keep talking about the website. What's your website?
So ionicbotanicals.com. You could throw it up. You want me to put it in the?
Yeah. Put it in the chat.
Yeah.
Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat, and I'll put it up there. But yeah, family. Sun. Outside. Get outside.
And I'm gonna make more sense of this as we go on. That's in the. I put it in the private chat right there, and I'll put it in the. Can I? I don't think I could put it in the regular comments, but I put it in the private chat. So you can copy and paste. And I know it'll be in the description after, but
yeah. Just remind me so I don't forget.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Send me the exact link, and
oh yeah.
Otherwise, I'm gonna forget. All right, yeah. I'm gonna leave his website at the bottom for those who are interested in the products that we are talking about.
And it's called so ionic botanicals because an ion represents an element with a charge, positive and negative charge, and we're electrical. We essentially want to have ionic fluids pumping through our system. This is what our cerebral spinal fluid is, which is what this mechanism is right here. This here is the ventricles of your brain. Now, Rich, don't this look like the rams that sit all along Kemet? Don't this look like Ra? This is why they had all the ram heads, because of this right here that sits inside the brain. The lateral ventricles, the third ventricle, the fourth ventricle, the third ventricle plugs right into the pineal gland. The choroid plexus, which sits right on top of this, is a filter that filters the blood of the brain into this cerebral spinal fluid, which is essentially ocean water, right? That has a high concentration of iodine. So this is where your sea moss, this is where your dulse, this is where the C3, this is where them sea vegetables come in, because you get this iodine, and iodine causes all the protons in this water to come together, and you end up creating proton cables. You get cables out of protons, and these cables conduct electricity and current through this water, throughout the brain and down your spinal cord in your body, like a water wireless like a hydro wireless technology.
Bro, that's crazy. Wow. Wow, y'all. This dude ain't no joke. Let's continue with this magnificent show, yo. We're gonna get to the next caller. Art was here. This is the brother. He was on last time. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Never did. Not crocheting as
the brother.
Bro.
Yeah,
I love it.
What's up, brother?
This is what I do.
He on his Anansi right now.
This is what I do to keep the nerves down. So
you good. You on your Anansi, you weaving. I feel you.
I appreciate it. Question: what do y'all think about sea moss in the grocery store? Because I see some sea moss. I'm like, should I buy it or not? Because I wanted to buy sea moss.
Yeah. So sea moss is like saying the word damn. You know what I'm saying? Like you could be mad and be like, damn. You see a girl go walk by and be like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like there's about 20 definitions for damn. It's all how you use it.
Right.
So there's so many types of sea moss. Sea moss is a ubiquitous umbrella term for red algae. Okay. But sea moss is, you got tropical sea mosses, that's usually Gracilaria, and you have Arctic sea mosses that are usually Chondrus crispus. Okay. This right here is Chondrus crispus right here. Okay.
All right.
That's the cold version. This is the one you want to get. It's on the site right now. Okay.
All right.
Purple Chondrus crispus. I don't know the type of sea moss you're seeing in the store, but just like most things, you want to make sure it has some pigment in it, because a lot of these bleached, beat up ramen noodle looking sea mosses, they ain't where it's at, bruh. You lucky if it really is sea moss. They ain't just trying to put something else on you. But I carry sea moss. I even have tanzanite, which is from Tanzania. This stuff is amazing as well. And it's purple. Oh, it's already sealed, but it's a purple sea moss that you can see kind of through the pack right there. You know, I have 3 types of sea moss right now. I also have Honduran sea moss, which comes from Honduras, where Dr. Sabi's from, and it's in this pack right here. So we have all 3 of those actually available on the site right now. If you want to find something tried and true, Rich will vouch for me. There was no sea moss gel before Mama Pill. Okay, my mama is responsible for the whole sea moss gel industry because she started it. You know what I'm saying? My brother Blue Pill, Seventh Heaven. You already know what he was doing in the community. So, we kind of the sea moss family over here. So if you want to get some quality moss, you can't go wrong with us.
I appreciate y'all. Hey, thank you.
And that's what it does with collagen in your body. You see what you're doing right now?
Yeah, you said
that's what sea moss does with collagen. It stitches your collagen up.
Oh,
It builds
wow.
collagen and cartilage, just like how you doing right now. Triple helixes.
Wow.
Appreciate
Yeah,
that. Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate the call, my brother.
Peace and
All
love.
right, peace. All right. That's deep. You said that's what the sea moss does. It stitches the cartilage together.
That's right. Stitching
Wow.
up. Conjus crispus means curly cartilage. That's what it translates to.
Never knew that.
Yeah.
Never knew
That's
that.
what it means.
Wow. Learn something new every day. Let's get to Catalea.
Yes, I'm sorry. I was over here twisting my hair listening to y'all. How y'all doing?
Doing
good. How you doing? All right.
I'm blessed. Thank you. I have this issue that I've been having since October. I know you guys can see it. In October this last year, I bumped my head right here, and blood accumulated here. So I went to the hospital, and they told me that it's blood, basically, and there's nothing that they could do, and it's going to absorb into the brain, right? This is what they told me. It's going to eventually absorb. The blood is going to absorb.
Usually they just drain it.
They wouldn't drain it. So I don't know what to do.
Well, usually in situations where you have fluid buildups, you can deal with astringents such as witch hazel that tightens the skin. But in your situation, you're actually dealing with blood. What I usually use when there's boils and cysts and things of that nature, I usually suggest bladderwrack.
Okay.
Which is also a sea vegetable. This is something that you can actually put topically over it, and you can also ingest and drink as well. I also have the Nesut Nectar honey. Now, I have a sister of mine. Her name is Toya. She was in Detroit. I was there in August. She had a situation where she had this inflammation on her face and this huge swelling. She put the honey on during the day before I did my talk, and it wasn't even by the time the talk was over. I think it was about 20 minutes later, it all went down. She actually has a testimonial on my Instagram. It's probably dated in mid-August. If you go back, it'll be on my IG. So this honey will definitely help because I've seen it help with a lot of swellings. Sea moss is a great wound healer. Have you ever used sea moss topically?
I haven't, but I take it daily. Yeah.
In capsule form?
No.
Gel?
I have it in a jar that I put in the refrigerator.
Okay, you have gel. Okay, you can use sea moss as a face mask. A lot of people don't understand all the that's what I forgot. Is it flavored or is it just regular gel?
It's regular. Yeah.
Okay, good. So people can use it as a facial, as a hair conditioner, and you can also place it on top of there as well.
Okay.
All right.
And then I've been getting like a lot of headaches because of it.
Of course, because of that pressure. I'm surprised that they haven't made an attempt to try to drain.
They said they're afraid to drain it. Yeah.
They're afraid to drain, but they said that it's going to get reabsorbed back into your brain.
Exactly, but it's been getting bigger. So I don't know. I don't know what to do, but I'm going to try what you told me to try.
Yeah, and then I also suggest things like photobiomodulation. That's just a fancy word of saying light therapy, because light helps to move blood and fluids around in the body too. So I would suggest you might want to look into that. You might not. You could just type in PBM, the letter P, then B and M, because that stands for photobiomodulation. And through either infrared or ultraviolet, a combination of the two, you can utilize that in order to reduce the swelling down. Okay. Any cold therapies? Have you done anything cold?
Yeah, but it seems like the cold doesn't do anything. But when I put like a warm cloth on it, it'll go down for a little bit and then it comes back.
Have you tried to do the warm where it went down first and then did the cold once it went down?
No.
Combine them, then try that. Try the warm, when you do the warm and it starts to go down, switch over to the cold.
Okay. All
right.
And I'm definitely going to go to your website and hopefully you got the
if you put
Rich.
I was going to say if you put info at in front of my website, that's the email address. You can send me an email and I can follow up and give you more information on the situation right here.
Okay.
We could get you right. Okay.
Thank you.
So
I'm sorry
send
for
us an
getting
email.
emotional, but it's been a long journey.
Listen, what are you talking about? You don't have to apologize. This is something that you're going through and it's hindering your days. I completely understand.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you, sis. Peace. Yeah. Well, wow. What a show. Wow.
Yeah, she pretty much needs a poultice, you know, maybe with some sting and nettle or something where she could put the compress on there and it'll help. But I don't know what she has access to right now. So if she sends me an email, I can get her some fresh herbs that she can mash and she can like place on there and that'll help her out. But those other things she can start doing, you know, right now to get some remedy.
All right, let's get to the next call. Let's get to Archie. Archie, what's going on, my brother?
Peace.
Peace. I'm doing good. Thank you. Thank you for letting me on.
Yes, sir. What's your question, my brother?
So I've been having some toenail fungus for a while, right? And I noticed that over time, like my big toe has been cracking more, and then like along my knee, it kind of feels like it's getting tight and like running around my other side of like the side of my leg, like by my buttocks. Like right there, it feels kind of tight. So I'm wondering like what, like how would I go about like?
Yeah, when was the last time you grounded?
Like go outside and
walking barefoot in the grass in the park,
pretty
by the
often,
stream, beach.
Pretty often.
Pretty often.
I'll say just today, so because I go outside with my dog a lot.
Okay, so what I would suggest you do is get some black walnut leaves and black walnut hull. These are the herbs. Black walnut leaf and black walnut hull. The black walnut tree, known as Juglones negra, has jugladone in there. And jugladone, if you notice a black walnut tree, when it grows in nature, you'll just see grass around it. You won't see no other herbs growing because it secretes jugladone in the soil and it prevents any weeds from growing and any parasites. So it's an anti-parasite and a real good antifungal for candida. Okay, so I would get the hull and the leaves and cook them together, strain them, and put that on your feet. The other thing is you need to keep your feet dry. You might want to get like some baking soda or something like that and put that in your socks to absorb excess moisture that is collecting around your feet, because the only reason why that fungus can grow is because there's some sort of moisture that you're keeping in the area. And because it's chronic and it's been going on for so long, it's in the blood and it's getting pumped up your legs. You see what I'm saying? And as this fungus is getting pumped up your legs, it's starting to interfere with nerves and other pathways that exist going up that sciatic nerve into your tailbone, you know?
Okay. So that's exactly where it ends, my friend.
There you go.
Right there at the tailbone.
Yep. I feel you. That's what I would suggest to do.
How many times should I take this?
Until it's better. Until it's better. Yeah. You could take it internally too.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, brother. Yeah, and keep grounding. Keep grounding. The only time I would say your feet should be wet is if you're walking on the beach. You know what I mean? Walking wet sand, you know, like that. But dry them feet, keep them feet dry.
Okay.
All right.
My brother. All right, peace.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right. Once again, family, for the products that KT's recommending from his site that can help some of the people that's calling in, you can go to soionicbotanicals.com. That's the website that I have on the screen. If you was wondering why that's on the screen, that's KT the Arts Degrees website. All right. Let's get to the next caller. King Ra.
King Ra. Yeah, we got the whole Ennead coming through tonight.
What's up, y'all? Peace. I really just wanted to thank y'all for even, you know what I mean, acknowledging. But I just want to ask y'all, what is the best and how crystals. How do crystals absorb the radiation and how does that bad radiation affect us? How do we come out and like basically reverse those negative radioactive waves? And how do the crystals really do that?
So one way to get rid of radiation, this is what I was talking about, Rich. You didn't get
Yeah,
this?
I didn't get that. No, I didn't get that.
Dang,
I didn't. Yeah,
I got you though, bro. I got
Yeah.
you. So this is chlorella. This is something we carry, and this is for heavy metals and to get rid of radiation, you know, as well as sea vegetables play a huge role. You got to understand you are a crystal. Okay, your blood is a liquid crystal. Okay, and what we're able to do is actually essentially block ourselves from electromagnetic radiation through the waters, the structured, powerful waters that are in our body, because water is a Faraday cage. Do you know what a Faraday cage is?
I've heard of it, but I don't know what it is.
A Faraday cage is any material that blocks electromagnetic radiation. Okay, so if let's say 5G was beaming everywhere,
I got you.
in a pond, you wouldn't get affected being in that pond. You see what I'm saying? Because the water becomes
that's that net people put those cell phones in to basically block the cell phones. So, I got what you're saying.
So when you charge yourself and so what is it called? The inverse square law is the best way to offset radiation, which is a term in physics. The inverse square law can be likened to seeing a shark when you're in the water. If you see a shark, what do? Do you swim towards the shark?
Swim away.
You swim away. So with radiation being the shark, the further away you get from that radiation, the blockage of that repelling of that electromagnetic energy increases exponentially the further away you move from it. You see what I'm saying? So you want to get away from it. So mountains, this is why signals never work there. Why you think it never works in the mountains and with all the trees and things like that? So you got to get there. Yeah. So we got water, we got nature, we got increasing charge within our cells, we got Faraday bags, we got blue light blockers, which I carry on here, which blocks the blue light, things like that.
Yeah,
you have a lot of these
definitely about to get some of those
clothing that repel the electromagnetic frequencies, and then it's just something as simple as turning it off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
getting away from it.
Radiation out is going to be through sea vegetables that are high in iodine, the dulse, the kelp, sea mosses, things like that. They remove excess radiations out of the body through chelation.
Bet. Well, I appreciate that, man. Nice word, and y'all have a good one, man.
Okay, brother. All right. The brother must have hung up. Yeah, KT, you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, all right. Let's get to I see a black screen. Disa, are you there?
Yeah, I'm right here. You can't see me? Can you see me?
No, I don't
Man,
black.
I don't know why this is not working.
He got his melanin charged up.
That's what I'm saying. I've been waiting here for about 30 minutes too. I could come back in.
We hear you though, bro.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay. Blessings. I wanted to know. First of all, thank you, brothers, for letting me on. I wanted to know what is the science behind how we're able to use the breath as a form of electricity in order to charge ourselves up. I was curious as to how you would answer that question.
Oh yes, that's pneumatics. And then you got to understand that oxygen is paramagnetic. So you got magnetism, you got diamagnetism, you got paramagnetism. Diamagnetism is something that's repelled by a magnetic field, like the element bismuth. Bismuth is the element that's diamagnetic. And if you were going to create a like a UFO, an anti-gravity device, bismuth would be a great element to use in order to create that device because it repels magnetism. Paramagnetism is something that's actually influenced and drawn to magnetic fields. That's what oxygen is. That's why when you inhale oxygen, it connects to iron because iron is magnetic. You see what I'm saying? So through the pumping of your diaphragm, all right, and that pneumatic process of inhalation and exhalation, you are essentially creating what? Electricity, because electricity is always 90 degrees and perpendicular to a magnetic field.
Ashe.
All right. Oxygen is life. It is the fire. You see, you're not lighting any flame without any oxygen present. When you see a campfire, you see them big plumes of smoke going in the air. It's oxygen that's being consumed. You see what I'm saying? As it burns out. So you know that it's used for combustion. You know, it's just that our body is designed in such a way to control that combustion so we don't get consumed by it, and we can use it through pathways in a productive manner.
Okay, and you say study the pneumatic process to learn more about that?
When I say pneumatic, like if you think about pneumatic tools, you ever heard of a pneumatic tool, pneumatic drill?
No, I haven't, unfortunately.
Yeah, so pneumatic tools are tools that use tubing and air in order for them to work.
Okay.
A compressor is one of the main aspects to pneumatic tools. You put a tube on a compressor, and then you're able to use that air pressure in order to use the tools. We are pneumatic beings. Even when we talk about raising the kundalini, that's a process of what you call interthecal pressure, which is the pressure in the spinal cord. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna let somebody else get on the line because I just keep asking questions, take over the whole show.
All right, brother. I appreciate the call.
No problem.
All right, peace. All right, let's get to the next call. We got Indigod. Indigod, are you there?
Yeah, what's good, brother? Rich, what's good? KT.
Peace. What's your question, my brother?
I got a question about basically how to like what herbs should I use, like the best herbs to cleanse the blood. You know
blood purifiers, you know, it's going to be burdock, yellow dock. You know, that's a great combination. But the one that I have on my site that I talked about earlier is Kukulmecca. You know, that's one of the greatest blood purifiers
what
right
about
there.
For sickle cell, like for people with sickle cell and stuff like that?
Alcornia cordifolia. Alcornia cordifolia.
Okay.
ALCHORNIA CORDIFOLIA. Alcornia cordifolia. That's a great sickle cell herb. Comes out of Africa, but you should still be able to get access to it.
I appreciate for the information.
Yep.
I appreciate the call, brother. Peace. All right, let's keep it moving. We got about a half. We be on here for about a half an hour, 40 more minutes, something like that, family. Appreciate the call.
I can't believe it's been an hour already.
Man, listen, I'm telling you, man.
I'm good, man. Keep them coming. As long as I got water in my jar.
We if you came in late, family, to come on the show and ask a question live, you click on the link. It's pinned at the top of the chat. And then you could just click on that link and you can ask the brother a question live. This is something that's really helping the people I see, and I'm glad that I got the brother KT on because the brother he's sharp with this stuff. All right, so let's get to the next.
Hit the like button.
Yeah, hit the like button. That's important, family. Hit the like button. Let's get to Mozzarella.
What's going on, fellas?
There you go. Right. What's going on? How you?
Everything's great, man. I'm Mozzarella, man. I'm an artist, I'm a rapper, singer, producer, and I'm getting to the point where my mind has like gotten out of the creativity a little bit. Like it's like I'm not as fluid as I once was with it. It's like I think I'm on overload right now, so it's like I'm trying to find a way to like kind of focus myself more. Like,
how much screen time you doing right now? How much you on the phones, on the computers, and stuff like that
per day?
Well, honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I'm on the phone more so listening to things more than actually looking at it.
That's like, fine. So it's like how much though? How much daily you talking?
Probably like a few hours. Probably like about 3 hours, 2 hours.
All right. So I'm gonna let you know that the reward hormone, dopamine, is the motivation hormone. Okay. You got to understand that in order to get a reward, the only reason why a reward feels like of anything of worth is because you work for it. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
If let's say you and Rich, right there was an award they was going to give out, and you know Rich was bullshitting for months, but you know you've been putting this hard ass work in, and then they give the award to Rich, how would you feel?
I would feel like let down in a lot of ways.
And the reason why an award feel, and then Rich would probably feel away because he'd be like, damn, I hardly did shit, and homeboy been putting all the work in. You know what I'm saying? The reason why we feel fulfilled when we get an award is not because of the award, it's the recognition for the hard work that we put in. So this is why dopamine is known as the reward hormone. But when we can go on a phone and we don't have to do any hard work to get everything we need, we destroy our dopamine. We destroy our dopamine receptors, and we get a lack of motivation. Also, the blue light it kills our melanopsin. Our melanopsin exists all over our skin and our brain, and it's linked to blue light. And all of the unnatural blue light that we get destroys our melatonin, that destroys our dopamine in that light as well. You know, so this is where it's coming from. So if you get off the phone and you separate yourself from that for some time, and you trade it in for some natural light and some natural time, you might even think of microdosing some shrooms a little bit too. All these factors together will bring a lot more focus, drive, motivation back into your life.
Absolutely, I appreciate that, man. That definitely put it in perspective for me, because like I'm a big advocate of living present anyway. So it's like it's even kind of it's kind of crazy how I'm even on this right now. I watch Brother Rich like every time he drops something, like literally, and I never was able to get into any of these Q&As. So it's like once it jumped on, I was like, oh, I'm in there. So much love to both of y'all. Keep doing your thing. I need some of that honey. So drop that link for that website, because listen, I need ends on that. I saw what it was doing to Rich.
I know you get it all the time. I know you get it all the time. You can't tell me ain't nobody say you look like Lupe.
Oh, I heard it 100 million times, man. I hear it all the time, man.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta kick push that sun, baby. Kick push that sun real quick, right?
I'm out there, man. I'm definitely gonna get it.
That's what's
Thank you so much, fellas, man.
All
right, thank you, man.
Peace, brother.
Peace. All right, good vibes tonight, fam. Super, super duper good vibes tonight.
Keep it flowing.
Good vibes. Keep it flowing. Maria awareness. What's happening, Maria?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we hear you. Yes.
Peace, Queen.
So
I think there's a delay.
Can you hear me?
Maria.
Yes.
Yeah, we hear you, Maria.
All right. I can't hear you. That's the problem.
Oh, okay. You can't hear us?
So yes, I hear you now.
Okay.
So 1996, I went to basic training, and they gave us a bunch of vaccines, and you know, I have no idea what happened, but 3 months later, I went through basic training, and a couple of
Maria,
weeks
we can't talk about vaccines on the show because they take videos down, so we're not going to be able to talk about that today, Maria.
Okay, can I talk about?
You could just shoot to the question. Yeah, just shoot to the effect where you don't have to.
The effect was okay. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
So I'm type 1 diabetic.
Okay.
And you know why? All of a sudden, and I have been dealing with this since 1996, and I've been researching. They never told me what, but I'm just trying to figure out, is there
So if you could hear us, because your video got stuck, maybe you could still hear us. Bitter melon. Oh, okay, there you go. Bitter melon is a herb that you might want to look into. Bitter melon. The actual vegetable itself, but then they also have the leaves, which you know in Florida and the Caribbean they call it cerasee. And you want to cerasee, cerasee, cerasee. So bitter melon, mucilage, which we have on the site. Let me see if I have a bag here because I could show you. Yep, mucilage. That's how you spell it. We carry that on the site as well. So we got mucilage, we have bitter melon, amla, which is Indian gooseberry, has very large quantities of vitamin C. That's another thing that you might want to incorporate into the mix. Cassandra berry. Sounds just like a woman's name, Cassandra. That's right. and they call it 5-spice berry because the berry actually is sour, spicy, sweet, and bitter. And I think the last one is salty, maybe. It's all of those in one. But it's good for neurodegeneration, and it's also good for the blood. And then the last herb I would suggest is stinging nettle. Stinging nettle is just kind of all around that does a lot. So you might want to get into that. Last thing, sun. I've been telling people diabetes. People are getting diabetes from watching TV and being on their phone. Blue light spikes blood sugar and causes insulin resistance. So the new diabetes is not just eating the processed food, but watching the commercial.
Okay.
That's
so
wild.
the beta cells stop producing it. As far as my research is concerned, the beta cells, and I'm like, I was trying to figure out, is there something that would actually restore that?
Of course, you have stem cells. Listen, our body has stem cells, which are undifferentiated cells that can become specialized based on the needs of the body. But your body needs to know what it needs, and it needs the charge. Right. So if you get your charge through the grounding, through the sun, through the electricity, right? And then take these few herbs that I'm telling you and staying away from the blue light as much as you can, then you can jumpstart those beta cells. First, you want the beta cells to grow more, because it's not that you're not producing any insulin from the beta cells, it's the beta cells that become too small and dysfunctional. They're not producing enough.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds hopeful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I appreciate the call, sis.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Peace. All right. Shout out to Maria. Yeah, family. Y'all know how they was attacking the channels the last 2 years.
Yeah. We can't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we gonna be strategic about giving out this help. You know, we all know what the deal is with that, so we don't have to use the word, but we could, find ways to.
Say you got that haircut. You know what I'm saying?
Got that haircut.
You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I mean? You got that bill cane. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta.
But let's keep it moving, family, because I got about 20 minutes left on here. Let me see. Yeah, so let's keep it moving. We're gonna go to Al.
Yes, I got it again.
What's happening, Al?
What's up with you? I used to go on Dr. Sebi website, and man, I done picked up a lot of herbs off of his website. I used to see prenatal vitamins. Recently went on there and I don't see it no more. So I got a little sister who just had a baby a month ago, and I was talking about it. Yeah. I've been trying to get like some advice on what kind of vitamins or something, because she's breastfeeding right now. So I'm just trying to help her.
Folate. You need to look up the term galactagogues, because these are the herbs that promote breast milk and breast milk production. And you want to get all of your folate in, and your folate is going to come from all the fruits. You want berries on top of berries on top of berries. You want pomegranates. You want grapes. You know what I mean? These are the types of things that she needs. And more than anything, she needs a sun. When she needs the sun. I'm not going to say she needs a son. She really does. You know what I'm saying? So let me just say this. When a sister get pregnant, right? Besides the belly getting big, what is the most prominent visual feature that you notice on the belly?
It gets dark, that dark line or something.
There you go, Rich. You get that black dark strip right down the center. That is God telling you, take your butt outside and put it in the sun. She needs sunlight. She needs to ground. She needs to get as much electrons as she can in. Keep in mind, the sun is a cathode ray. This is a device that has the ability to spray electrons. We are the anodes. We're the
Okay.
other end of the cathode ray gun that collects the electrons that are getting sprayed on us. But we have to unplug our feet because our feet has the largest pores in the body for a reason, to sweat so that water can be a medium, the same way that ultrasound gel is a medium to see the baby.
All right. So even like the baby is like a month and some days old right now. So is it okay to bring that baby
She's
out?
already here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So still, yeah, fruits. You want to stay away from bitter herbs because bitter herbs will turn the milk bitter and the baby won't want the milk. So that's why you want to look up herbs that are galactagogues, which is like fennel, and clove and things like that. And anise, that's going to give it fragrance, that's going to make the baby want the milk more and is going to give more body to the milk as well.
Got you, man. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate you, brother Richard.
Yes, sir. Appreciate the call. Take care, my brother.
All day.
Peace. Shout out to New Orleans. Shout out to New Orleans. New Orleans in the building.
Anytime you can make someone from the NO happy, you did a good job. Boy, I tell you.
Indeed. Shout out to New Orleans. Let's keep it moving.
New Orleans, Rich. Talking about New Orleans.
Yeah, New Orleans. My fault. No.
New Orleans, man.
I'm sorry for saying it like that, y'all.
Nah.
All right. Letitia Moore.
Letitia.
Hello.
That's a sister's name right there, Letitia Moore.
Peace.
Greetings.
How you doing?
I'm doing okay. I've been suffering with this since October the 31st of last year.
Okay.
I have numbness on the right side of my face.
Okay.
My neck, my shoulder,
mm-hmm.
arm, my whole arm on the right hand side feels like a blood pressure cuff is squeezing it.
Ooh.
Pins and needles in my hands,
mm-hmm.
all the way down my right side.
Okay.
Lower back.
Okay.
All the way down my leg and both feet.
Okay. So what I would tell you to do, number one, is to look up infrared saunas in your area.
Okay.
Okay. You want to get some infrared light on you immediately. In the meantime, you could at least go to the store and get a red bulb, put it in your bathroom. Do you have a bathtub? Because some people just got showers, but do you have a tub?
Yeah, I do have a tub.
Okay, so I want to get some Epsom salt. All right, I want you to put that Epsom salt, hot bath, infrared light in the room with you, and I want you to play some nature sounds or some jazz music. I want you to start doing that like every day.
Okay.
Damn, every day?
Right. Every day. And if you can, as you've been hearing, I've been saying to everybody else, you have to get sun in your body. What's going on is your fluids are not moving. Everything's becoming stagnant. And the way that the fluids move is through the charge of the sun. If you take electromagnetic frequencies of sunlight and you apply it to water, water moves. If you put water in a tube and you look at it on a camera, you'll see the water moving without anything pushing it. So that's how our circulatory system works, from us charging from the earth and from the sun. So you need to do some grounding. You need to get in the sun. But in the meantime, hack your own bathroom and make like a little little infrared sauna, but start looking up infrared saunas in your area and start going there and doing that at least twice a week.
Yeah, okay. The feeling you described, sis, is the feeling I'll get if I fall asleep on my arm and I wake up and the blood didn't get to circulate. And I'm like, oh shit. And it's like numb or something like that.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying about that feeling.
And the doctor said something about neuropathy.
Yeah, it's nerves. Yeah, but see, your extremities is where the nerves are the smallest, and where the nerves are the smallest, they don't have anything to pump that fluid around. They get pumped by the fact that this side of our hand is different color than this side of our hand, just like on the bottom of our feet are called soles, just like solar, because we're supposed to plug them into the earth so we can get the electrons that come from the sun. You see what I'm saying? So this plugging this in and plugging the bottom of the feet into the earth is what gets those small vessels and those nerves to start working properly.
Okay. I'd appreciate the call, sis.
We appreciate the honey.
Hey, there you go. There
Yes,
you go.
yes.
All right, peace, sis.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Peace.
All right, shout out to Letitia for
Got that
supporting.
honey. Get that honey.
Yeah, definitely. What's going on with y'all in the chat? I'm about to get to the next call. I see y'all talk. Oh, somebody said, what is it? Somebody said, you do the dry brush comb, KT? What you think about that? The dry
I
brush comb.
don't, but that's good for the lymphatics.
Yeah, okay.
Definitely.
Yeah, I see somebody said that. Can you put his site in the chat? No, the site is on the screen.
Yeah, it's on the screen. It's right there on Rich.
Some people are
no this way.
Some people,
yeah, there
man,
we go.
listen. But listen, the site is
Right
on the site is right on the screen.
It's right there.
Right on the screen, y'all. All right, let's get to the next caller. Let me make room. Letitia, I gotta make room. So I gotta get Letitia. M2 duh. I keep messing up your name, sis. I keep messing. What's your name? Look, I can't hear you.
Sorry. How y'all doing?
How do you say that?
How are you?
M to the E, Chris.
M to the E, Chris. How you doing?
M to the E, Chris. How you doing?
Yes, I'm great. How are y'all?
Everything good.
Doing well.
Peace,
What's your question,
peace. Thanks for having me. So, and I apologize if you've said this already. I got in kind of late.
No apologies. Don't do that.
Okay, cool. I receive. I've been having what I think is pulsatile tinnitus for about 2 years now.
Okay.
I think it's a little bit over 2 years. It doesn't bother me in any way except the fact that I can hear my heartbeat. I still can do strenuous activity and things like that. I've been cleansing. I would say I have not been grounding every day like I should.
Right.
So my question is, also I've noticed that is connected to my hips in some type of way. When I move, I can hear it.
Of course, yes.
So question is there any type of herbs that strengthen or clear out the blood vessels, or what could that possibly be linked to?
All right. So let me ask you this. Do you use AirPods?
No.
Okay. Are you using any type of wireless devices on your ears or around your ears?
Not currently, but I would say maybe about 3 to 4 years ago, I used to have some like Bluetooth headphones that I used to use regularly that I just completely stopped once I learned like what they do.
Have you ever heard of the cochlea?
No.
So the cochlea is a spiral mechanism inside of the ear. It looks like a snail shell, and it has melanin inside. And this is how we hear. And this is also what leads to the inner ear, which governs our equilibrium. Remember, your hips represents the equilibrium and the balance of your body. You see what I'm saying? How that relates. So by using that Bluetooth, essentially, you were damaging the inner ear. You were damaging the melanin in that cochlea. So the problem that you had persisted after that stretch of time you was using it. And now, where do you reside?
I'm in New Orleans.
Okay, Nolan's back there.
Look, and thank you for correcting. It's not New Orleans. It's
Right. See, hey, I saved you, Rich. See, I'm just helping everybody tonight.
My fault.
But no, you're good because you're actually in a good latitude. You need to just, how much time are you spending outside, and how much time are you spending on the phone, screens, computer? And before any of that, what work do you do?
So I am an intern architect. So I definitely spend a lot of time on a computer. Not as much as I would like to. Even when I moved, and I'm also a dancer, so I moved into the dance world. But it seems like
there you go. So there you go. So that's what it is. See, it's a conflict between your work and what happened to you and what your passion is. Dance is all about equilibrium and your ears, because how else are you going to be in tune with that music? So you need to, okay. So do you know that the sun dances, every time it sprays you with those frequencies of the visible spectrum that translates into electron volts, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, they all are frequencies. okay, ranging from 1.96 electron volts all the way up to 3.14 electron volts with violet. These are frequencies and energies, and they dance. So you need to dance to that light as you place that bare feet on that grass and outside, and you sun gaze so you can charge that melanin back up. Because you Nolans, you come from the Poverty Point. These original mound builders. This is some of the oldest locations in this country exists where you stand. You need to tap into that. You know, before you have to take any type of herb, it's a lifestyle change of light, because sound come before light. You know, you can heal yourself. You just have to find out what is more relevant. Okay, and what is more relevant is what we're talking about right now, and you have to figure out how to negate that time on that computer. Real quick, Rich, I know we gotta wrap it up. iristech.co. iristech.co is a program you can download on the computer that removes the blue light from the screen. Iris like your eye, tech like technology.co. If you go there, you download that on your laptop and computer, it removes the blue light so it doesn't affect your eyes as much. No AirPods for you.
Thanks. Yes.
Okay.
And you literally told me everything I needed to hear. Respect. That I knew, but needed confirmation.
There we go.
Yeah. Give thanks.
Keep dancing.
It's always a pleasure seeing you on the show, sis. Thanks for the call. Peace. All right. Let's get to
all right.
Let's see if Charles is here. Charles, you there, Charles?
Yes, my brothers. How are you?
Doing
how you
well.
doing,
How about
Charles?
you, brother?
Y'all, I'm really good. I appreciate you guys, sending you peace and love. Real quick, recently I heard that the accumulation of calcium, other minerals inside of the bladder can restrict urine flow. I also heard that there are maybe possibly some herbs that can remove those deposits and increase the urine flow.
Yes.
Is that true?
Definitely. Diuretics, you know.
Okay.
Most diuretics will. And if you want some examples of some kidney and urinary based diuretics, it would be hydrangea would be
hydrangea.
One. And gravel root would be another.
Gravel root.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Eupatorium purpureum. Yeah.
Okay.
I believe that's the name of it. Yeah.
Hey, brothers, I thank you so much. I'm going to try to hack the chat real quick by just leaving you with 2 questions if you don't have to answer, or you may. One thing is for the brothers. Anything to keep up a man's tackle, his wedding tackle, his tinkleberries, and all of those good things after 50. And Mama has
Kukumeka. My Kukumeka that I keep showing on the screen, Kukumeka on the site would be one.
Okay.
Getting your DHA numbers up, docosahexaenoic acid. I carry them in gel cap form now, and we have that. That's going to definitely help. And then sea moss definitely, and those are definitely help. I've had a lot of positive feedback on them all.
Mama needs help with kidney function, and I'll hang up.
Same as the same 2 herbs I mentioned with the bladder and the calcium deposits. You can use them for both. Because remember, hold on. So kidneys, right here, right?
Yes.
These are the kidneys. Now look, this is called the renal pelvis that leads into the ureters. The ureters lead to the bladder. They're one system. The urinary system and the renal system are connected. So when you heal the kidneys, you heal the bladder. When you heal the bladder, you heal the kidneys.
Right. Okay. Heal the bladder, heal the kidneys. God bless you both, brothers. Thank you, Rich, for being patient with me. I appreciate you, my brother.
Yes,
love
sir.
you both, man.
Take care, brother. Peace.
Peace and love.
Peace and love.
All right. Yeah, I do not know why y'all keep saying to post his website. I'm not posting his website in the chat. His website is right under me. SoIonicMechanicals.com.
They want to link. You know, they want to.
Yeah, they just want to click. Y'all so lazy.
They
Yo,
want
they
to
so
just
lazy. It's mind-boggling how lazy people are. Like they be like, nah, that ain't good enough.
you
I
ain't got
gotta
to
write
tell
it.
me.
I
Folks
just
don't
want
want to
to
get
click
up and
it.
see the sun. They like, what to do for this? What to
Bro,
do
this
to that?
this
I'm
is
like,
this is mind-boggling.
Lion
Like,
King, that thing. Lion King, baby. Zimna vinya lalivisti baba. You gotta do the Lion King. Get up with the sun,
man,
salutate that thing, and it is gonna bless you, love you, and get you right. Get you
real.
all the way right.
Let's get to the next call. We got Charles in the back bobbing his head. Charles, you listen to music? What's going on, Charles? Charles,
Hey,
what's going on, my brother?
Good.
When I said
I was
Charles,
just,
I meant Roger. I meant
right.
Roger. Yeah.
I was just in agreement, man, with what y'all was saying. But
Okay.
man, much gratitude and love to both of y'all. I just want you to touch on real quick the purpose of semen retention for the brothers that been blowing them for 20, 30 years for no reason. So I can give my wife an understanding of why I'm doing what I'm doing, because she don't get it.
Yeah. So semen is quintessentially our life force energy as males. The more semen that you're able to build up in your testicles, you know what I mean, the more potent power that you have. You walk in a room, all the women turning around. It don't matter what you look like. It's just because you're imbued with this force energy. And I believe like 1 drop of semen is equivalent to, I forget how much blood, but it's a large amount of blood that is like concentrated in that small amount of that semen. So when we're constantly expelling it, especially in women that we have no ties to, we don't care about, and things of that nature, then what we're doing is we're actually giving them all of our power. We're pretty much charging their cell phones up, but by diminishing ours. Imagine if you could charge up another person's phone by plugging their phone into you. So as their bars are increasing, yours is going down. You see what I'm saying? So you want to retain that energy, and that energy will get reabsorbed back inside your system. The whole aspect of Jesus being resurrected is based on the retention of semen. That is what is getting pumped back up to the skull of Golgotha, and that goes through the crucifixion. You know what I mean? To gain enlightenment. You know. Yeah. So semen retention is extremely important, and you know, I'm not gonna be a prude or nothing like that. You know, brother ain't gonna do it every time. It's just not gonna happen like that. But it's definitely something you want to practice and practice from time to time, especially if you're in a relationship with a woman that you're really connected with. Y'all got a good vibe. Then she's going to work with you on that. She's going to want you to be a king and be strong, you know, and she'll help you do that. Women love to tease. So
Indeed. Hey, I appreciate the call, Roger. I can't hear you. He doesn't know.
Mute.
He doesn't. Yeah. All right, let's get to the next call.
Resurrection and regeneration, man. You're gonna look like a kid again. You retain that semen, boy. You're gonna be looking like a boy.
Let's get to Sam.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
There you go. What's going on, brother?
Blessings from Crown Heights. I've been watching you, Mama Pill, Red, Brother Rich.
That's what's up. Peace and love, brother.
I know time is winding down, so I'm gonna get right to it. What's the word on sunscreen? Because I see a lot of TikToks.
I'm glad you asked that. Good question, my brother. Good question.
I'll tell you sunscreen in a nutshell. This is sunscreen.
Yeah.
Let's say you buy yourself a small, you say you're in Crown Heights, right? So you go to one of these little markets that be on the weekend, they sell plants, and you find that they got this small little orange tree. It's small, it ain't big, no fruit yet, but it's in the pot. And you like, oh snap, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna put it out on the fire escape. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to get it in sun. I'm gonna have it grow. So you get the plant, you put it out there on the windowsill and everything like that, and it starts growing, right? And then as it starts growing, you go to Home Depot and you get a tarp. And you water it and everything, and you stretch the tarp over the plant. Is that tree gonna bear any fruit and keep growing?
Nah.
What's gonna happen to it?
It's gonna die.
Why? You watering it.
Yeah. It's taking the sun away from it.
That's what sunscreen is. They telling you what it is. You got a whole solar panel and you just gonna smear cement over the solar panel.
Because now they're trying to say, no, it has to have minerals in it. Now it has to have zinc in it. Now they're trying to add
Cap.
Okay.
Captain America.
Okay.
Captain Crunch.
You know, Wolverine came out, and was it Wolverine? He came out and was like, he want everybody to take sunscreen because I think he got messed up. The dude who played Wolverine, what's his name?
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman. Yeah, I think Hugh Jackman got messed up by the sun, and he was like, "Yo, everybody take sunscreen. I'm warning you, it's dangerous if you go out there." So people scared because, like the brother said, TikTok.
The reason
Instagram,
why people need sunscreen is because they spend all day inside, and when you go out in the sun, it's like if you're in a dark room and you walk outside and it's sunny, what's the first thing you do? It's happening to your skin too. So that's why I tell people, get up before the sun, go outside and ground, catch the morning sun when it's kepara, when it's red, when it's cooling. That's like warming your car up in the winter. Prep your skin. Continue to do that, you know, for days on end. And then when it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon and it's 90 degrees and the sun like bum bum bum, you out there like, oh, this feels great. And you just spritz yourself with a little water, you know what I'm saying? Drink some ice cool lemonade or something, and you straight. Or like Rich said, some watermelon.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Keeping in line with that hyperpigmentation.
I gotta go, brother. I gotta get to the next question, but I truly, we gotta go soon. I appreciate the question, my brother. All right, shout out to that brother. We got to keep it moving though.
Keep it moving.
Peace. What's this? Tahira, is that?
Hello.
Yes, Tahira.
Tahira, how you doing, Tahira?
Nice to meet you, Tahira. How you
What's
doing?
your question?
Okay, peace and blessings, brothers. For the past few years, I've had this condition that I call heat intolerance. So when my body temperature gets too high, such as when it's over 80 degrees outside, or if I'm exercising and I get internally hot, I have vasomotor symptoms. So my skin tingles, it feels like pinpricks, and it's actually very painful. It stops me from going outside, and doctors have not been able to help me.
Okay, so have you ever tried getting up and grounding and sun gazing every morning consistently? Have you done that?
No.
Okay, so that's something I would suggest that you try. A lot of us are just out of whack because we're the sun. So the sun is one part of an equation. The terminal end of that equation is our mitochondria. Okay, that is the wireless connection of time and space of our metabolism and our health is the sun and our mitochondria. If we uncouple those things, we got all types of problems that will ensue. And they're going to express differently in different people because we're in different environments. We got different genes, so forth and so on. So I would say try some cold showers in the morning. I would say get some deuterium depleted water. Have you heard of that?
No, I haven't.
Okay, write down deuterium.
Okay.
Depleted water. I want you to start drinking that water instead.
Okay.
Yep. And start getting up 30 minutes before the sun, grounding, sun gazing, and being out there at least for 90 minutes. Do that for a good 28 days. Do it for a whole lunar cycle. Then go outside after that at 11, then go back out at 2 and see how your heat reaction is happening then. You want to start conditioning your body as opposed to just going in the gym, putting on 500 pounds worth of weights and trying to bench press that. Like you got to stretch. So I think your body needs more stretching.
I appreciate the call, sis.
Thank you.
All right.
You're
welcome.
welcome.
Thank you. Peace. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to speed it up, keeping it moving. KT, I want to ask you real quick before we get to the next goal. You was talking about the mitochondria in the sun and the mitochondria being the end process. Is that like the router? Is that the route? You know how like you got the router for the Wi-Fi? The Wi-Fi needs
Yes,
a router to have the signal.
there's a wireless connection between. So what we do essentially, Rich, is you know how we talk about source energy?
Yes, yes.
Our source energy is the visible spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
Infrared all the way up to ultraviolet and all the colors in between.
Mm-hmm.
Through our solar panels, the semiconductors that exist on the surface of our body and the semiconductors that exist deep in our body, we pull that light, we bury it deep inside of us. And what happens is we take the elements of the periodic table and we create what we call wide band semiconductors.
Mm-hmm.
These wide band semiconductors is what is responsible for driving the functions inside of our body. And they're in the form of heme and cobalamin and certain proteins and certain enzymes. But the most important semiconductor of them all is melanin. There's no technology in our body higher than that. And we think it's just on our skin and our hair, but no, baby. That thing is in our organs. That thing is in our cells and our tissues too. And you got pheomelanin, which we know is doped with sulfur, but that's a narrow band semiconductor, meaning that what? It's quantity over quality. Then you have eumelanin, all right, which is a wide band semiconductor that's doped with nitrogen. But then you got neuromelanin in the brain, which is doped with phosphorus. And we know phosphorus is light.
Lucifer.
That's right.
Lucifer. Oh, man. All right, let's get to the next caller. Queen. Queen, I'm sorry to have you.
Oh, hi.
I'm sorry to have you waiting, Queen. What
Oh,
is your
that's
question, Queen? What is your question, Queen?
He laughed
how
like
do
a
I
queen
get
too.
rid
I
of-
love that. That was a queen laugh
said,
right there.
Hello.
How you
My
doing?
question is, how do I get rid of SIBO? I was diagnosed with it like a couple months ago, and no one seems to know what they're doing. These doctors have no clue
No,
what they're
because
doing.
they don't understand what the microbiome is. Okay, so I was just talking about the whole thing with the sun, right?
Right.
And melanin. So have you ever been to the movies?
Of course. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when you sit in the movie theater, right? It's a dark movie theater. Where's the movie coming from?
Behind you.
The projector, yeah.
The projector, yeah.
Right? But what do you see between the projector and the screen?
Light.
A beam of light.
A beam of light, yeah.
Okay, so why don't you just turn and look at the beam of light to watch the movie?
Because you need the screen to see it.
You can't. You need the screen, right?
Yes.
So, sun is the projector. Our semiconductors are the beam of light, right? And our melanin is the screen.
Okay.
Bacteria is different than eukaryotes. Eukaryotes are animal cells. Bacteria don't have the same membranes we have, so they don't have DHA. DHA is what's responsible for containing the light in a cell. Bacteria can't do that. So what do? They leak light like them sparkles that be the 4th of July when you light them little
sparkle, sparkles,
right? It's just spitting light out. So our microbiome is responsible for aiming that beam to the enterochromaffin cells, which are the cells of the intestines, right? And the melanin that's there play the screen to interpret the light that is coming from the sun to do the work. So you have a microbiome and a light issue. So I'm going to tell you, like I've been telling everybody else, I bet you them doctors ain't said nothing about your circadian rhythm. I bet you them doctors ain't said nothing about getting up and greeting that sun and grounding and sun gazing.
No.
Yeah. They don't understand the microbiome is still very new. As much information as there is about gut health, they still don't understand the importance of light. And I'll tell you, this is how you really know light is important in the gut. And we just talked about this, Rich. What there's 90% of a certain type of receptor in the intestines, Rich. What receptor is that? We were talking about it on Gods and Guts.
Serotonin.
There we go, Rich. You know what you talk about. So serotonin is the feel-good hormone. It's the aromatic ring. Serotonin is a light molecule, and 90% of our receptors is in the gut. So the gut is all about light frequencies. This is why, when you talk about to certain, vegan dietitians, they say, when you eating vegetables and fruits, get all the colors, as many pigments as you can. Pigments, color. Why are they saying that? That's color. That's light. But there's nothing like the full spectrum that comes out of nature. So you need to get more involved with nature and really focus on your microbiome health. That's what I would tell you to do.
Okay. Any specific herbs or anything to take?
If you want to get into the microbiome, you have gum arabic is a great microbiome herb. My Nesut nectar is very good for the gut as well. Okay. And they have it's pretty much a probiotic as well, because it has live culture bacteria in there from the bees. And then you have sea moss. Sea moss is a great one as well. What am I missing? Baobab powder.
You put
baobab powder. But the most important thing, expose that navel to the sun. Pull that shirt up and put that gut, because we have a new organ that's been discovered called the mesentery, and it exists in between the intestines and the greater omentum, which is right behind our abdomen. Right. So it's sitting right there. Your navel is a window into your body. A lot of people don't know that. It's a window. It's like an eyeball. So if you put that gut in that sun and expose yourself to that light, you'll get a lot more benefit that way.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Queen.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
All right. Hey, KT, is there such thing? Say a sister's pregnant and she got her belly exposed to the sun. Is it a such thing as that sun heating that baby up too much, the baby getting too hot?
No, because there's a video on Instagram of this Asian woman cooking food out in the woods, and she's making soup. It's a plastic bag, and she's putting like fish and herbs and veggies in there, and it's over a fire, and the plastic bag ain't melting. Why ain't it melting? Because it is the fact that water is the foundation of a dissipative structure. This is why we're able to create nuclear reactions in our body, because water is able to dissipate all that excess heat. When you look at a nuclear reactor and you see those long sticks of uranium, what are they sitting in? Water, right? So water is able to dissipate all that energy. What is the baby sitting in, Rich?
Water. Bingo. All right. Let's get, oh man, what a show. All right, let's see what's up with Jude. Jude.
Yes,
hey, what's up?
What's happening?
What's going on, man?
Time, right?
All right. Yeah, I remember you was on here a while ago. Yeah.
He must be in Cali.
I am. How does KT a psychic? All right. Anyway, I'm trying to succeed on like a raw vegan, plant-based, like eat fruits all day and shit. And I've been having trouble, right? Because here there's 4 seasons and you can't get it all the time because, we're away from the tropics and all. So what do you think I should do? Is there any like good substitutions for like trying to eat totally just straight raw, all plants? Because I'm in college too, and the food is not like the best. You feel what I'm saying? So what do you suggest?
What city in California are you?
Sacramento. You're Sacramento.
All right. So I would suggest to eat local. Can you source any farmers markets and local? Because you in Cali, every corner they're gonna have one of them. So local, connect with the farmers, find out what they're growing locally, and eat that.
Right.
Yeah, whatever they growing locally, get that, and then you just need to be creative with what's available, because whatever's being grown locally is going to be tied to the season. If it's tied to the season, it's going to tie to you internally.
Okay. That's good. That's good advice. That was a really obscure question. I'm sorry. But
no, that's a great question.
No, definitely.
One more thing. So you were talking about fermentation. What do you think about kombucha? That should ask me.
I'm not a fan of kombucha. Yeah. I would do kimchi instead.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad he asked that. I'm glad you asked about the kombucha.
Yeah.
So you're not a fan of that at all. Okay.
Nah, but you can do something with coconut water too.
Right.
Yeah. You could ferment a coconut water as well and do pink? That. You know.
Doesn't it turn pink when you do that?
Actually, yeah, that's the natural color of coconut water. Harmless Harvest. That's what color Harmless Harvest is. Yeah.
All right.
I appreciate the call, Jude.
I appreciate the time, y'all.
All right, peace.
You. All right, peace.
All right, let's keep it moving. Let's get to Jay. Jay, what's happening, Jay? Yeah, I can't hear you, Jay.
You can hear me?
Here we go. Got you.
Perfect. Okay.
Was good.
Quick question. I don't want Rich to boot me out.
Oh man.
I got a family member who's dealing with Parkinson's, and I was just wondering if there's any herbs that you could suggest that could kind of
they got so you got something to write something down?
Prepare.
Okay. NRF2 system. And DJ-1.
DJ-1.
These two systems in the body are going to be what you need to understand in order to truly help in regards to Parkinson's. You want to increase glutathione.
Okay.
You want to increase the amount of selenium. You could do that through Brazil nuts.
Okay.
And you want to use shishanja berry. Just like think of it like it's a girl you just met. Her name is Shashandra.
I'm gonna run it on the replay.
That's what I'm saying. Just write it down. Just be like, I just met this girl named Shashandra. She gave me a number. Let me write her name down real quick. Shashandra Berry. And that's the last name too, right? And you could put rhodiola. Rhodiola. All right. And then you want to put lion's mane.
Okay.
All right. Now, in addition to that, which come before it, as I've been telling everybody else, they need to get back in touch with the sun. Everybody done broke up with the sun and left the sun out to dry. Tell them to reintroduce themselves with the sun, because the sun never missed a day at work. They've been showing up the most consistent, loyal person in our lives. No matter what we going through, whether it's cloudy or rainy, there's still light outside. The sun is always there.
Okay? We left the sun for the computer, man.
That's what I'm saying. Weird science. Like we got with Lisa instead of some real girls, man. Like, yeah.
But yeah, you gave the brother some good advice, some specific things he could get, man.
Yeah, that's what you need right there. That's the combination for now, man. Hydration and deuterium depleted water. I'll tell you about that too. Deuterium depleted water.
Okay.
Heavy metals. I appreciate heavy metals out.
I appreciate the call, Jay.
All right, salute, Rich. Salute, KT.
Peace, my brother. Yes, sir. Let's get to Sedaria. Sedaria, you called the other day, right? I can't hear you. Oh man, she got some complicated.
I want to say I appreciate you so much. Like, Rich recommended me to connect with you one day. So I just want to say I appreciate y'all. And KT, Rich recommended me to talk to you one day.
She got some complicated shit she wants to explain. It might take up too much stuff.
I don't even know how to articulate it.
Oh man,
comprehend it.
Yeah, go ahead, sis. I'm gonna give you the floor. Okay, you got 5 minutes, sis. Go ahead.
I want to say, hey, like I really want to appreciate. I appreciate you, and like how I'm just getting to know you. So I just want to know, how can I like have a one-on-one consultation with you?
Oh yeah, I'm not doing consultations right now, unfortunately. But you can email the site.
Okay, I can definitely do that.
Yeah, just put info at in front of the website, info at soionicbotanicals.com.
Sis, real quick, explain. Could you sum it up? Could you try to sum up what you was trying to explain to me in Red Pill? Could you sum it up for the brother? Because I couldn't understand it, KT. But sis, please sum it up real quick for KT.
Biological sexualities. Every species groups. A lot of people think of species groups as animals, but everyone in existence is a species group. Everyone has a reproductive system, but we were born into a program in high school, and then once we graduated, we were programmed to think from our peers that we were all like heterosexuals. Okay. But that's not the only biological sexuality.
Okay, that sounds like a statement.
It is a statement because I know it's factual, but we don't have any type of definition. No psychologists, no therapists are coming onto this because they think we're all the same. They think we have the same reproductive system. So I'm just like, why isn't nobody talking about this? Like a lizard's reproductive system is not the same as mine. Like even it was proven. White people's reproductive systems is not even the same as ours. Like I know they have similarities, but it's not even identical. So
well,
that's very
what you're getting into is you're just talking about phenotype. You're talking about phenotype. So we got genotype, we got phenotype, we also got haplotype. And when you consider all of those three different things right there, then you'll see all the differences, and you can see how people can get fit together to have the best yield in regards to a progeny, child, offspring, so forth and so on.
And when I say reproductive system, I mean an entire system, and it's not just the vagina area in the area.
No, the reproductive system expands far beyond that. Far beyond that. If that was the case, we wouldn't feel the way we feel when we look at a woman, because we ain't nowhere near the woman. You know what I'm saying? But things
big biological sexuality. That's pretty much the syllabus or the of everything, of all existence. It's the syllabus. And what I mean by syllabus is the look up the definition of syllabus. But yeah, that's pretty much what biological sexualities is.
So you don't like the term heterosexual, right? You don't like that term?
No.
She should, because that's essentially what you're saying. You're saying that all of it is not the same, and that's what hetero means.
I really don't think so, because it makes us seem as if we're just two, and in our species groups, we're one.
Well, that would be different if it was called disexual, but it's called hetero, and hetero means different. It's just that based on our society, we express it as two, but hetero means different, not the same. You see it in chemistry when you see a heterocyclic ring, it's different elements in that ring. Sometimes it's 3 different elements that are in that molecular ring. You see what I'm saying? It's not just 2.
It's a really complicated conversation. Like I can go on and on about it. That's why I really would like to email you.
Email the brother.
You could definitely
give me that email one more time, KT. What's that email?
Break it on down so I can learn a thing or two.
Me too.
It's info at soionicbotanicals.com. Just put info at in front of the website, and that's the email.
All right. Shout out to that sister. I told her I recommended her to talk to you because me and Red Pill didn't understand, so had to give that sister a couple of minutes to speak her piece.
Yes, it's man and woman. Those are just like it's oxidation and reduction. It's P type and N type. We live in a world of duality.
Indeed. Let's get to more fire. Wait patiently.
Yeah, you know. Can y'all hear me?
Waiting,
yeah,
man.
my brother.
Like, man.
Peace, man. I appreciate the show, Rich and KT. I appreciate all the work y'all doing, man.
No doubt.
Man,
no doubt.
Last week, I woke up with a crick neck, right? I thought it was. But for some reason, when I'm Googling everything, it's calling it more of a pinched nerve. So when I turn, I could feel it right here.
Right.
And I ground. I'm a healthy eater. I'm a plant-based eater. You know what I'm saying? I do all these things, and it's kind of got me fucked up. I ain't never had like this feeling. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to know like any other herbs that I could take, because I do take herbs. I'm always on my sea moss. You know what I mean?
What type? How's your bedding situation? Your pillows and everything? How do you sleep?
And I was sleeping on a pillow, and I normally don't sleep on pillows. I normally lay flat in the bed or on my side. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So I would tell you what you need to look into is the proper alignment of your spine when you sleep. Just because you've always laid flat on the mattress without a pillow don't mean it's been right for you. You probably hit a threshold where it's constantly been compensating until it got stuck. And it was like, yo, we need a better alignment here. So I would say you might need a new mattress. You might need what temperature is it usually when you go to bed?
It's usually like now it's spring, so I'm in Jersey. You know what I mean? So it's spring now. It's spring now. The temperature in my house is probably about 75. So
when you sleeping is 75?
But
bring it down. So when we sleep, we need to sleep when it's cold. Yeah, we ain't supposed to be sleeping in heat. Who's like sleeping in heat?
Well, it ain't really heat, but it just like I could look on my phone right now, and that the temperature of the house is maybe about like 70 something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying overall all day. I'm saying
say 77 in my house.
Sleep, you want your room to be colder.
I don't even like sleeping in the cold. I ain't even gonna hold you, KT.
You want to sleep when it's colder and just cover yourself. It ain't for your personal emotions.
Right.
Okay. It's for the aspect of you condensing yourself and getting rest so you can regenerate. You ever notice when you see all them sci-fi movies, what do? Don't they be cryogenically frozen? Don't they be submerged in cold water? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Heat wakes you up, cold puts you to sleep. You know what I'm saying? So you want to start creating a more conducive environment for you to get proper rest. You probably just been passing out. You probably just been laying down and sleeping how you know, but you're probably at a point in your life where you need to pay more attention to how you sleep now. You need better quality sleep. You need to black out your curtains. You need to make sure your phone is not in the room with you and the modem ain't nowhere near you. You know, you might want to download a EMF detection app on your phone and scan your room and see if there's anywhere in your room where there's like a spike of EMF. You know what I mean? You want to keep some water by the bed. You know, you want to drink some lukewarm water before you go to sleep and have some there for when you get up. And
I'm always on that. Like,
you know,
I do all these things, KT, and I'm like, damn, how the hell?
You ain't got that pillow and you ain't got that mattress game though. I think you might need to change how you sleep it, because that's a whole spinal bone alignment thing going up there. There's an adjustment taking place, compensating for something that you're not doing. You're doing herbs, you're doing everything else, but sleep is when you regenerate.
Right.
You know what I mean? You need to give as much energy to the sleep as you're doing with your daytime.
Like as I'm sitting here, like I could feel it, you know what I mean, right here in my arm. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's shot down. It's like I got my strength, but
any qigong? Do you do any fascia?
I do breathing. Like okay, over the weekend, like it's been a lot of rain up here for like the past couple weeks. And it ain't really been no sun. It's been sun today and yesterday and over the weekend. So I'm definitely outside and I'm laying down, and that's when I feel it goes completely away.
Okay.
As I'm, you know what I mean, laying out in my backyard. But as I get up, You know what I mean? Like I could look up and then I'll feel it over here and
Yeah,
it'll shoot.
You need cold. That's what you're
cold.
missing.
All right.
You need cold.
Hey, I appreciate the call, my brother.
I appreciate y'all.
All right. Peace. All right, we got to wrap it up right now, family. I appreciate everybody for calling in, KT. I appreciate all your help tonight. Well, I mean, you answered. You was knocking them questions down, brother.
Hey, man, that's what we're here to do, man. That's what we're here to do.
If you are in the chat and you want to know how to purchase some of the products KT was talking about, under me is the website, soionicbotanicals.com. You type that in and you get right to the brother's website.
That's right. We got
anything else you would?
Oh, yeah, definitely got something to say. So real quick, got to let y'all all know, Mr. G just opened up.
Oh, yeah, in Brooklyn.
Mr. G just opened up the spot in Brooklyn, the hottest spot on the planet, called Alkaline Oasis NYC. 958 Halsey Street in Brooklyn. This is a smoothie spot, lecture spot, talent spot. He's gonna have speakers there coming to speak. He's gonna have comedy night. He's gonna be doing parties. You can also rent the space out for certain events and birthday parties, baby showers, and everything like that. Me personally, I'll be speaking June 24th in Brooklyn. June 24th. My event is called Buzzing with Benefits, where I'll be talking about blue honey, microdosing, and everything in between. But yeah, you gotta go. If you're in New York, it's open now. Go down 958 Halsey Street. Holla at your boy. He got the new spot there. And like I said, I'll be up there on June 24th to drop some good information. Other than that, check the YouTube out for further info. I got the 7 points of health as one of my YouTube videos. I go in detail so y'all could get some information on that. So Ionic Botanicals is the site. KT the Arts Degree is the YouTube and the IG and the Patreon. Other than that, I think that's it.
let's all make an effort, fam. Oh yeah, definitely shout out to Mr. G. 958 Halsey Street. That's right. In Brooklyn, New York. I used to live right down the block. I used to live right down the block in Brooklyn from that spot.
Look at that. Look how it works.
I know exactly where that spot's out, Mr. G. You doing it big, my brother. Congratulations on your spot. Anybody in New York, make sure you pass by this spot. I'm gonna have the brother on here soon too to let y'all know about the spot and give y'all some more information about the business. But other than that, KT stressed the sun so much today, y'all. The sun. I want all y'all to try to wake up with the sun tomorrow. If we could, let's try to wake up with the sun. Let's get some of that.
That ain't much to ask.
It's not much to ask, family. But hey, KT, you did it again, my brother. Magnificent show. Look forward to having you on here once again, family. Make sure you get your honey. I had a personal conversation with KT, so he sent me this personally. So this is something I got to take personally that I'm gonna take pretty soon. So shout out to the brother for hooking me up with these as well.
Of course.
Yeah. Other than that, family,
go on and take one more swig before you sign out, Rich, so they can see what it's like. They can see what it's like to. Don't hurt them. Don't hurt them.
Oh man, you ever seen? See, I wasn't dramatic enough. You ever seen DJ Khaled eat lobster? Let me show you what he was doing when he eat his lobster.
Oh Lord. Chill.
They'll do that and then he'll look at it. Then he'll do like. Then he'll be like, Melissa, bring another one.
Bring another one. Listen,
he be dramatic like a buck.
Did you hear what he said recently though? This is the one. This is the one we got to sign off on. They asked DJ Khaled, why won't you lose weight? And you know what he said?
Because I never lose.
Because I never lose. Bro, I wanted to repost it, but I was like, I'm not reposting that, son.
Oh man. Bro,
terrible.
Oh, man.
Terrible.
That dude is hilarious, man. He's
but I want to appreciate you for having me tonight. Thank you, family, for being joining in and being so patient. I hope I was able to help y'all with y'all questions, and I'll be back to give y'all more light and love, man.
Indeed, family. Thanks for tuning in. I don't know if I'm gonna be live tomorrow, but I'll let y'all know early in the day. Other than that, thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate the support, family. I know y'all gained something from this. Make sure y'all share this with your friends and family, because this will definitely benefit a lot of people out there. A lot of people, Other than that, we signing out, family. Peace.
Peace.